it's Andre, and it's time for another Flying Friday update. This week has been a little interesting. I have several birds that I now have to repair after a great flying session on Tuesday, or not so great flying session on Tuesday. And I do have a new addition to the fleet, which we'll talk about shortly. So Tuesday I went out with Jeremy. He's doing awesome. With him and Nick with the Delta Ray. They're having a great time. Superb learning airplane. Myself as the instructor, I flopped off no less than 3 airplanes in one afternoon. Worst of it being my EFX Racer. You know, I gotta go and glue the elevator back together. There's dirt and stuff all over the place. And the worst of the damage is in the wing. If you look in there, I've split the wing on impact. Basically, I threw it and it didn't go anywhere. I was quite shocked. I've had several successful flights, but I've also had several bad throws with this thing. So it's had a little bit of damage, so I will repair it. I need to check the motor out and everything and go over everything. Obviously the wing is going to come off and get re-glued. But as I say, I guess some of the stress of owning such a pretty airplane is gone now because, well, I've mucked it up just a tiny bit. I'm a little upset, but I'll fix it. It's fixable. And then I'm going to get out there and I'm going to master this thing. I'm starting to run out of the 6-inch props, so I will have to go and get some more in a very upcoming order. I'll put in for a few extra ones. These are expensive, actually, like $1.50 a piece, but they're good props. But I killed 2 on Tuesday, which was really upsetting. I have a whack of 5-inch props, but I'm not ready for the 4S flight yet. Obviously, if I'm having issues getting the thing airborne with 3S, I'm going to be a little wary of doing 4S. So EFX will get repaired probably tomorrow because the weather isn't looking too fantastic. Sunday is looking beautiful, and by then I want to get out there with a couple other airplanes. I'll talk about all those very soon. The other bird that took a bit of a hit on the weekend, or Tuesday, sorry, was the T-28. There's a $4 or $5 prop that I ate, so I have another one. I do have extras in the kit. I will order another one, but again, $5. Ouch. I was being goofy and trying to take off on the soft tarmac and the grass and caught the prop and nosed it over. The motor is now touching the cow, so I'm going to take everything apart and replace the prop, rebalance a new one, and just go through it all. But it'll be ready to fly very soon. It's just a little minor scrub and everything, but it was still like, another plane, you know. And then the FunCub was acting funny. It was pitching overall weird, so I'm going to go and realign the motor, but I want to do that on a 0 wind day and just be sure, because that thing flew great earlier in the year or last year when I mated it, and now it's just really unpredictable. And it's like, it almost flies better in really high winds for some reason, and in low winds I was really having difficulty controlling it. So we'll get to it. The really good news was I managed to get a couple good flights out of the UMX. Hi, Rosie. It's a little star. Oh, a co-star. The UMX P40. It flew wonderfully. I haven't had a lot of good battery luck with it because the little 1S's in cold temperatures, as mentioned, don't function very well. But I had 1 or 2 good packs, and it went, and I got a little good solid 4 minutes. The AS3X does fight me in the rolls. If you don't have enough momentum, it kind of stalls it out. But I was doing loops and flips and rolls and having a really good time. So more with this plane. Eventually I will get in there and I will turn off the AS3X, but for now I'm not going to mess with it. Woo! Hey kitty. So, other airplanes in the fleet now. Look up. Yay! Full-size Radian to complement my other UMX Radian. I picked it up locally from a good buddy for half the price of retail here in Canada, so I was really excited. I'm going to be running it on some 3S1000s. The 22s do fit the zippy compacts. They're shoved a little bit forward for to help with the CG. Hopefully, actually what I've discovered is the 1500s are the same profile, just a little longer obviously, and they slip right into the mounting point for the battery. So we'll see. The Zippy Compact 13s are a little taller, but I think I'll go with the 1500s the way we get it. My sense on the type of flying I'm going to get out of this spot is that I'm going to run the motor a little bit more to keep it up high. I do need to get a proper receiver. Right now I'm going to run a 615 orange in there just for initial testing this weekend. We'll try some glide tests with it on Sunday and everything and go from there. and we'll try that out and just see how it all functions. Hi. And I'm excited. I've wanted one of these planes since July last year when I flew with Chris and the guys from Flight Test, and I just really enjoyed the experience. Steven, who I bought the airplane from, said he enjoyed it, but it was after 10 flights, it's kind of like, I'm looking for something else. And I get it. The club here, the group here, not a lot of us soar. My dad still likes getting up in the air with his Bixler. I enjoyed flying the Bixler too, doing the same thing, but to pull the FPV gear off all the time was just a little too much. So other than that, you see the Wraith is coming together. I've started programming the ECUs, or the ESCs, sorry, I keep saying that. So they do the braking for the closed down props, the folding props. So this is all going to get set up. Probably tomorrow will be done. Sunday I want to test this plane, and I also want to test the Bixler for FPV, bring out the ground station, just give everything a good old thorough run through, and start getting back into some FPV flight. It's been a really long time for me, but it's one of those things where you've got to want to bring out all the gear and stuff. So, but maybe I got to get back to basics and just strap on the fat sharks and go for it. So we'll see. It's hard to say. Other than that, I'm working away on the quad and haven't really got too far on it, and and sort of just punching away and trying to get some tasks done. A little plastic stuff showed up this week for the quadcopter, so I can start getting the base. And Hobby King today released for $2 a 45-degree shock-mounted absorber, so I might just pick that up to do the shock mounting and vibration dampening for the flight controller. So other than that, Saturday looks pretty washed out as far as weather. They're calling for like 20-30 kilometer gust winds, so that's a little excessive. But Sunday looks beautiful, double digits, really warm, beautiful. So I'm hoping to get out for a good 2-3 hours and get some serious flying in. So you get out this weekend, have fun. I know the Toledo show is going on, and Chris is out there looking for a warbird and some other little gadgets and gizmos for me to use. So for the swap meet. So fingers crossed that we find something exciting. Other than that, I'm Andre. See you at the field. Cheers. You're funny.